everybody. I thought I saw something really odd. How are we all doing? Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Beth, hello. Congrats on being first. Edwina, hello. Congrats on being second. How are we doing? I hope we're having a fantastic time. Hello, Beth. Why do I feel like... That's just a really suspicious message. Why am I naked? What are you... No, oh my god. I'm the dancer class, and this is just what my... the dancer gear looks like, okay? Leave me alone. It's not nude. It's fancy dancer clothes. I don't know. Beth, that's so not okay. Beth, come on. It's not even like a minute into the stream. It's not even a minute into the stream. Not even a minute into the stream, Beth. Please. Please. Anyway, I'm gonna pick up this blue quest. I think it's just like hunts and stuff, but I want to pick it up anyway because the blue quest. And I want to. You choose violence. You choose offensive. You choose offensive. Do my eyes deceive me? Are you me, melee? That's a lot of me's in the one sentence. As I live and breathe, it is you. I knew I'd be the first to track you down. Who's the Guild Chip's top hunter now, eh? Wait, you have heard of Guild Chip hunts, yes? They're not so different from the hunts you're familiar with in the Eorzea, as I understand it. I wager they're rather more challenging, but an adventurer of your caliber would never turn down a challenge, would you? It's not me. It's me, melee. Law accurate name, Beth. Shaking my head at you, though, actually. Pray speak with Nathota at the Peristyle to register your interest at your earliest convenience. I don't know how to pronounce that word. It is law accurate! Fudging Lalafells have a weird naming system convention with a lot of repetition, okay? Have you come to place a bounty on an unruly beast? No, I've come to hunt bounties. By the scholar, you're Mimily? I was half convinced I set the others an impossible task asking them to find you. The Gleaner's Guildship has begun posting hunts, you see, in hopes that capable individuals will take up arms to lighten our ever-increasing load. Unfortunately, capable individuals remain the sticking point. Few hailing from our fair polis are willing to take up arms, let alone able to stand against the more fearsome specimens. Thanks, Beth! You, however, have had to... Is that Alwina? Hi, Alwina. How are you there? I thought I heard someone sneaking up and I was like, what's that? Who's here? Yeah. Hi, Alwina. You have the experience and the grit that we need. When I heard you'd arrived at... Boo! Oh no, it's so scary. It was music to my ears. You needn't work for free. We've done our research and the rewards we offer are as fun as any you'll find abroad. The currency we employ is a relic of times when Gleaner was a great deal less figurative, so you may find it somewhat eccentric, but it's as good as Gil here. Speaking of eccentric, should we note the majority of our clients are scholars. You probably won't have heard of half the creatures I send you after, but I find it best to not worry about that over much. Slay beasts, collect samples, try not to think about the long-term effects of touching said samples and get paid. Okay, yeah, junior marks, totally. Give me, oh my god, how much experience is that? Probably not much, actually. Probably like here. Take me to here. You're now permitted to take bills from junior, blah blah blah. Beat the monsters and you'll be rewarded, blah blah. To exchange tokens and speak with blah blah blah. God, new quests and marks will become available or okay. Oh wow, okay. There you go. Gills, sacks of nuts. They're in all these locations that I'm not even gonna go near, so let's just leave it at that. This place. Leaves, okay. Cool, let's leave, haha. We'll go to the studium so I can get hitting the books, because we still have that quest to finish. Sorry, when I did see you were cheering me on, but I have things to do, places to go, people to be. Oh, I got the experience bonus. That's why. I forgot about that. You know what I just found out about the preferred world bonus the other day? You don't get to keep it forever if you transfer to a preferred world. If you make a character and transfer it, you only get it for 90 days and then it disappears. But if you create a character in a preferred world, it stays there. And that's some nonsense, I tell you. That's some nonsense. Sorry, were you waiting long? Been about 3 days. Although I guess I kept them waiting, not the other way around. I wanted to make sure I borrowed at least a few promising volumes. Alphino and Kral should be along shortly. I was delayed in a similar fashion. As far as I could see, no titles in the Archon stacks mentioned the final day specifically, so we have no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant tomes, if they are even that. I feel like I'm dying right now. It is bright outside, and the edges of my camera, my being, are glowing. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare and share our discoveries as we make them. It would have been nice to invite everyone into the estate. Plenty of comfortable places to read and a ready supply of hot tea. I was always quite fond of reading outside, but it is not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. You got a new grey hair for your birthday. You mean like grey hair on your head, or are you talking about something else? Why would that make me feel better? I'm very confused. I was just saying it's bright outside. That's all I'm saying. Oh no, Alwina, not a single grey hair. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and ask how things were. It seems our dear father had instructed the staff that even if Alphino and I were to return to Charlian, we were not to be allowed across the threshold. What threshold? You're getting old? You're fine. A harsh measure indeed. Penthea, hello, wee woo, how are you? Hope you're doing well.
Big black Australop cockerel.
See, this time I was prepared for that sound effect. So prepared, in fact, I thought it would go off when you redeemed third, and I was like, where did it go? And then it played afterwards, so... I'm fine. I'm realizing that I'm actually quite tired right now. But that's okay. We still have like 2 hours of streams to go, give or take, so... We'll get through, we'll get through. I hope that our efforts to understand his position and that of the forum will perhaps lead to reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day. No, you won't. Ditch your father, you don't need him, he sucks. What have you, Graha? Have you been to visit your family, or do they not live here in the city? Well, my situation is also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Charlene, yes, but I was born rather further away. In the southern reaches of Ilsabard, in fact. For generations, my people have dwelt in Corvos, the coastal region opposite the island of Thavnir. The Allagans founded a city in that fertile land, and by ship brought the subjugated tribes of the Makoti to serve as labourers. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the Fourth Umbral Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign, and when the Fifth Calamity froze the seas solid, many of the tribes still living in Corvos braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, that they might prevent the remnants of Allagan technology from being misused. Pika, you being a good bird? I actually purchased some new, like, birdseed type things for Pika. And they arrived today. I brought them up. And you'll never guess what I had in my cupboard already. I already had some. I thought I ran out. So now I just have like 4 packets that I just am not going to get through for quite some time. So that's fine. That's fun. I just didn't realize I already had some. So... He'll be fine. He'll be a very happy, hungry bird. Not hungry. Very happy, full bird for the next little while. Isn't Corvus under Garlean rule? For the past 50 years, yes. Some semblance of local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces, but Gallimard renamed the region Locus Amonis. Why? When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the nobles of House Darnus. Should I know them? House Darnus was House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Allagan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices had been raised in favour of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the Allagan Eye no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge and traditions of Allag. As the last child born with the elegant eye, I was given over the custody to friends and the students of Baldesian, who had me registered as a Charlian citizen. Wait, so he wasn't born here? I never even considered... Forgive me, it was an unkind question. Wait, what was the question? Oh, whether Corvus is under Garlean rule? And I guess... Even Thancred was taken in by Archon Louis Soir, was he not? Stories of adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Charlians than you might think. Yet regardless of our origins, we are all provided with an equal opportunity to learn, and with sufficient perspicacity. What? What is that word? Perspicacity? No, perspicacity. Perspicacity? I'm Googling this right now. Like, the other words are like words I've like maybe seen a couple of times but never really heard or whatever. This is just like a brand new word never heard of beforehand.
Perspicacity.
Perspicacity. Perspicacity. The quality of having a ready insight into things. Shrewdness. Yeah, he's like, I went to uni. Well, guess what, Graha? I did too, but I didn't learn those words. No, he went to Special Charlian University, which is like the equivalent of like what? Oxford, Harvard, maybe. We outsiders can even earn the vaunted title of Archon. This is exactly why I have such love for this country, and why I wish it to remain a nation of which its citizens can be proud. Did you even learn words? Yeah. You learn a lot of words in biomedicine and law schools, Panthea. Like, so many words. I know some Latin. Can you say the same? Don't ask me to start saying any Latin. I fudge that. Fudge that. And by learning Latin, I mean we just learnt a couple of like terms and phrases. That's really it. And I've forgotten what they all mean. Just not common. Yeah, we just didn't learn common English. That's irrelevant. Who needs common English when like half of the law is just Latin anyway, right? Like. Here. Another good reason to get to the bottom of the Pharaoh's stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Excuse us while we try to make some headway into these books, Meemly. More company should be arriving any moment now. I forgot the books I read the other day too. I know I read books. Oh, Arena died. Wait, do I wait here again? I just waited here for these guys, had a conversation, now I wait for the next lot. Sorry, Arena, I'm letting you lie on the floor. I hope you have a nice nap. It's Kryl and Alphino. We've returned with our selections. Although I must say, the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mistress Kryl had already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few which barely made mention of them. Wait, more! Literally, dead McCurdy noises. Yeah. As such, I'll be looking into research papers on the Umbral calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you for a few favorite questions related to the final days? Absolutely. I still headcanon that I was there. I am so certain. I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amaroy firsthand, and I feel... Amarot? Amarot. And I fear I may be overlooking critical details. Yeah, I was there. Tell me everything. Now, where to begin? Tell me everything. I'm telling her everything. If I have to actually answer these questions. First things first, what kind of phenomena did the ancients encounter as the final days drew nigh? The worst kind you could ever imagine. I think it was a complete destabilization of creation magic. Rot? Oh, Amarot. Yeah, no, I know it's Amarot. I just dropped the T. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc on all manner of life. The chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing their powers of creation to spiral out of control. Yeah, this is going to be the challenge, isn't it? Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors raging from the sky, fire erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations pelting the streets. That's why I remember now that creation magic and like the summoning of primals is the same thing, right? Shush. That more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until the present day, we might have had something substantially... Well, they have, though! Primal summoning! To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. Y'shtola surmises the closest known magic that is summoning rituals promulgated by the Ashians, yeah. Was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of the final days? Entire star was it began with the king sound from the lamb itself. Alpha, you can answer this one! Was it the entire star? I think it was. I think you meant fudge! I remember nothing! I think you may be misremembering. As I recall, it was more of a gradual spread. The Amarantine spoke of a keening sound. Well, I thought, what is a keening sound? That can't be it. And then I just, like, ignored it. I thought they were basically saying, oh yeah, the ground was growling. And I was like, that's not right. Rosen... Shut up. Just before a region was visited by catastrophe, we never did hear the sound ourselves, of course, thrust as we were into the midst of the madness. I'm sorry, that was mean to you. The ground was crying out, you say. To be considered the harbinger of doom, it must have been quite distinctive and probably quite loud. I'll have to speak with one of Numenon's mammoths and ask after any books which recommend for sorts of sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? They knocked Dalamud from the sky! I kind of want to see the answer to that one. No, they summoned Zodiac. And Hydaelyn, technically. Yes, with Olympus serving as his heart. So many gave themselves in sacrifice to bring him unto being. Well, they summoned Zodiac, and then like another group said, no, don't do that, and then they summoned Hydaelyn. But, you know. We do not know exactly how Zodiac brought salvation to the star, only by his godlike will were the laws of nature set aright. Then once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up a further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Life sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls they intended to render unto Zodiac, a trait that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. Or might have, had Venet and her followers not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydaelyn. Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. That was like the most basic... whatever. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telophoroi truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen what they're doing to with those towers of theirs. Is forcing people to summon primals a kind of catalyst? Are they attempting to mirror the conditions caused by unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech? A convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash. I do not need your sass. I do not need this right now. It's been a long day and I'm being bullied. Yeah, listen, you know, my memory is what it is, you know, so, like... But this is all just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let us return our attention to the forum. Hi, back. I'm AJ. Oh, what food do you have? You've been bullied? You got called old? Okay, and? That's all I have to do right now? You could be nice. Beth, I'm not going to ask. We should keep an eye out for Y'shtola, but it's time we began studying these research papers. Oh my god. Am I waiting again? Sorry, Irene, you're just gonna have to nap again. Again. Oh, but that sounds like nice food. And I mean, I'm not going to ask because I'm not going to ask. Thanks for coming. I'm the last, am I? Well, my extended search of the Archon stacks produced 1 or 2 possibly useful books. But I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you recall, Orionge learned the source's reflections from the Garen oracles. For its potential to cause panic and confusion, that tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the Great Google Library. It is even less likely that knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on a shelf for any curious scholar to find. What was that look? I was processing what you were saying, and I think I got, like, confused halfway through. That's what that look was. Don't look at you like that! I didn't? What look was I... I'm sorry. I'm just a mess. I'm just a mess. Stands the reason that my colleagues, be they archons or counselors, should perforce be largely ignorant of the subject. Yet when you confronted Master Felshino with knowledge of the Telefra and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the firm would know of the final days of surely upon us. Wait, that implies that they know what the final days are. Which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the firm's behavior is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Your text box then, and like you were ashamed. Ashamed? Wait, me ashamed? Ashamed of what? I'm so confused. Don't look at your text box like that. And my look was like I was ashamed. Why would I be ashamed? Ashamed of what? Ashamed of what? I don't get it. I promise I am not ashamed at whatever you think I'm being ashamed about for whatever reason? Question mark? Don't, no, Beth, hey, Beth, let's not do that, or I'll take your mod privileges away. And then I'll give them to Penfield. One could argue that I was one too, not me, but people. I'm confused again. That's fine. Beth, no, don't do it. Beth, no, don't do it. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty. Whether they contain mention of the fighting days or no, those books could yet hold something of value. Beth, no! You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. Uh-oh. Because... Pika? Oh no. Pika fell. You fell over, did you? Did you fall? No. I just hear him like panickingly like tapping his feet over there, and I'm like, that's the sound when he's like biting his foot. So I go over to see what happened. He got stuck because of his big stupid collar. He got stuck between his little platform and the cage, and he couldn't move. Birds fly, not fall. Yeah, birds fly, not fall. Yeah. He's okay now, though. I think he was just a little shaken. He's a little shook. Is that right, baby? Is that right? You have seeds all over your beak. They are stuck to you. Hey? How about this? We'll get this collar off you this weekend. How about that? We'll get the collar off you this weekend where I can monitor you all day and make sure that you're not biting yourself. How about that, baby? You can't argue the cougar accusations. Your current boy toy is 8 years younger. He likes to round up to Yikes. Is Beth, is this who I think you're talking about? Is it the only person you've been talking about right now? I don't want to like out them, but like, is that who? You lay before philosophic an age as you stole his research assistant. Yes, okay, cool. Tibby! Oh my god, Tibby, how are you? I hope you're doing well. How are things? Also, everyone, extra close up of the baby. He stares into your soul. Pretty bird. Pretty bird. I'll fly. Oh, you don't want to fly? How about you go up here? There you go. 34 is 30, 39 is also 30. And let me guess, 40 is still 30. Stuck at work? Yeah, I expected as much. I hope you're doing well though, Tibby. It's good to see you again. Oh dear, you look exhausted, but what about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subjects? Then the day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again, a mammoth at the reference desk will point you in the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. We might be occupied without research for quite some time. 448,000. That's gonna be 1 million experience. I'm gonna level from this quest. This quest is going to level me up. Oh, okay. So once it hits an extra decade, then you go back to. Okay, you gotcha. 515. Okay, what do I have that I need? I could just level up my Reaper like this way, right? Well, not level up because I can't wear it yet, but I can prepare to wear. Wait, what? I can prepare to wear. So that works. You get told you look about 22, but you don't see it. Yeah, I definitely thought you were like 27 when we first met. 26 at the, like, 26 or 27. Like, 21? Nah. That's crazy. Ready for a tea break, Meemly? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around for a bit. You know the last stand down in the harbour, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. So we're gonna have some coffee. By which I mean I don't drink, so I don't drink coffee and I don't drink alcohol, so it's just, I don't know what we're gonna be doing. A seat to the last stand. Nice. This is such a big map though. I feel like you should definitely be able to mount here. Decaf? No, actually. And nothing. Nothing. Straight up. You got asked for ID at the liquor store not long ago and you're 35? You blame estrogen and laser. Oh my god, lasers! Pew pew! I know that's not what you meant, but I'm gonna say it. Lasers, pew pew. Also, oh my god, 35 and being asked for ID is crazy. I've never been ID'd. Having said that, I also don't drink. So... Mate, your ego would explode if you got ID checked. Okay, this is fair. They do still go pew pew, but not in the same pew pew way, you know? Busy as ever, I see. How very Charlene that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Lalafell. We might even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Escorting again! You invited back when you would have been expected to? That's crazy. Here, have this. And also... Sip, sip! Sip, sip! I have the lesser drink tea version. You have an actual, like, posh tea cup, and I just have a mug. You got ID checked last year, but by an idiot who somehow thought you were 16? Absolutely not. If you wear your casual clothes, wait, you got ID checked when you were younger and just to go out in town. If you were in your casual clothes, they accepted me. Yeah, look. I feel like that's probably, if you're dressing up to go like out somewhere, I feel like you're just gonna look younger by default, and so a lot of people are just gonna be like, ah, you're all dressed up and fancy, that means you care too much about what people think. You must be young, because when you get to like 30, you don't care anymore. And that's like the logic, I don't know. Wait, you... The fudge you mean you got ID'd to go on a walk? What do you mean? Got something in my eye. What is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're looking to share a table, I respectfully request you look elsewhere. You misunderstand, sir. We're simply wondering if you knew of the Lalafell. These enemies of peace have promised an end to all we hold dear and... Wait, you're the house lover year girl, aren't you? Uh-oh. I think I was surprising. Oh, yeah, then you're 16? Oh my god. This woman with you is obviously a foreigner. I heard you were disowned for helping outsiders indulge their barbaric whims. And here you are, giving truth to the rumor. I'll thank you to leave me be. I'm not to say to the likes of you. Sorry, my eye is like actually hurting right now. You love telling my nephews how old they were when we took them out. You are 4. And how old were they, Beth? Well, I must apologise. 'Twas foolish of me to expect an ounce of civility from one so enlightened. Come meanly. 7 to 8? You are not getting a 7 to 8-year-old to pass off as being 4, Beth. Oh my god. That's not happening. I was talking to a colleague at work today, and we were like, I love how like when you're like born in the year 1999, you're like, you know, you're 26. But if you're born in the year 2000, you're like 12, and you stay 12 forever. So everyone born in the year 2000 and afterwards, they're just 12. I don't care if technically you're 25 now, turning 26 this year. You're 12. Speaking of, there are adults. There are full-on adults right now who were born years after Shrek released. And how does that make you all feel? Because it should make you feel horrified. Hold on a second. I need to do some quick math. Cool. Yeah, there are kids in school. There are kids in school right now who have never known Club Penguin. How does that make you feel? Maybe because everyone doesn't know and knows what a 4-year-old looks like anymore. Oh my god, Beth. Your cousin born in 2000 is a daughter turning a... Wait, no, hold on a second. I got... No, there's not at school. Fudging TV. I meant school age, going to schools in years, in grade 8, like... I know this, yeah, but Penthea, I don't think I truly did the maths on that until just the second, actually. Like, I knew it, I already knew, but I don't think I realized just how maths, you know? That's exactly what I was trying to not say so eloquent, yeah. Yeah. No, see, I knew there was a teen pregnancy, like, I knew that. I didn't realize quite how young. That was the part that literally just hit me now. I was like, hold on. Wait a minute. That's unfortunate. Yes, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Hey, excuse the interruption, but we're hoping... Alize, get off the table. I love you and everything, but that's so... not good. We're hoping we might share some thoughts on the Talofa and their unconscionable plans. My goodness, if this isn't the young Miss Lavalier. My apologies, but I work in the offices of the forum, and if word reached Master Fauchenal that I was helping you. I see. We're sorry to have bothered you. Well, at least she was very nice about it. I did not wish to give offense, but your companion is a well-known figure in the city, and you never know who might be watching. Yeah, that's a oof, absolutely not from me. I wouldn't even do that now, let alone at 14, at half my age. Welcome, madam. What could I offer you? I'm referring more to the having a baby part of that, not the period part, because obviously that's not something I relate to. Boys still had germs. Yeah. Baby, no thanks. That's a lot of work. A lot of work and a lot of money, and I don't have time for that. Welcome, madam. What can I offer you today? Le gasp. Is that Mistress Alize I see there? My word, how long has it been? Far too long. Meet Dickon, the owner of The Last Stand. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion in between lessons at the studio. It seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that you and Master Alphino had set sail for Eorzea, but then you never came back. Lately there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything alright at home? No! Their father's a jerk. Can I just butt in and be like, no, he's horrible, he sucks? Am I allowed to do that? Can I just hop in?
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
You would pop in at this very exact moment, would you, Retsky? The one NPC I'm gonna talk to for probably all of 2 minutes and you would be here. For that. How are you, Retsky? I hope you're doing well. You have zero interest in having a kid. Mm-hmm. It's complicated, and I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Lover, yeah. No matter how discreet Master Foshinel may have been, news of your family's doings never stay secret for long. Fights the urge. Everyone else is already doing it. The older you get, the less appealing kids are. Yeah, they've never been appealing to me. I didn't expect them to get any more appealing. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now of all times? We have questions and only Charlene has the answers. Tell me, Master Deacon, have you ever heard about an apocalypse called the Final Days? You used to not just work in childcare, you used to want to go into teaching as a career. Just to, you know, point that one out there to really just drive the point home. And I should specify early childhood teaching. Without past streams. Listen. It's to just drive the point home. I'm so sorry, Panthy, if you didn't want me to tell chat this. I apologize. Then kids got... Oof. Yeah, then that happened. Random hormone-induced thought, what if I got pregnant and had a kid? Wait, I don't want kids. Oh no, Tibby. Wait, I can't even... Oh no, your body's sending very mixed signals. Well, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. What? And that's what you're here to find? Information on this apocalypse? Yes, whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me. I wish there was more I could do to help. Maybe there is. You're a visitor, Charlene, aren't you? Oh my god, Penthea. You relate to this thought, but for a different reason that AJ would censor and remove from chat. Do I know what the reason is? Or you just know that I'd delete it if you said it? Because I'm kind of curious. But also, if I would delete it and remove it from chat, maybe don't send it in chat. You've never in your life discussed it with me. Gotcha. Noted. Okay, cool. Wait. What? Is that... Actually? Wait, what? That's kind of funny, though, that Timmy just outed you like that, actually. Oh my god. You know, 10 out of 10, Tibby. 10 out of 10. Dear will know your face. We should be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser. We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're setting down the food, and you might just get the answers you're looking for. Really? Not a bad idea. I hate to ask, what do you think? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll serve people some food. That's the spirit. Pay attention and I'll explain where each of these dishes needs to go. The tea set is for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. The omelette is for one of our... Oh god, I was not paying attention already. No, I would have... Yeah, but I don't think I would have deleted that. Well, it would have depended on how you phrased it. See, Tibby phrased it in quite a way where I'm not actually going to need to delete that, because I feel like there's nothing harmful about that message. The way you would have said it, debatable. Debatable. It's about the delivery, Beth. Tea is for the chatty group by the water's edge. The omelette is for our regulars, a Highlander by Gisla. A table outside with a friend of hers. Okay, so... Tea, chatty. Omelette, Gisla. Highlander omelette. Omelette, Gisla. Gisla sounds like a geese. And geese lay eggs. That's how I'm going to remember that one. I am currently debating whether I delete that message too. I'm currently... Hopefully no delete... Yeah. Yeah, this is Treat Penthea. Yeah. I'm now debating whether I delete the entirety of chat. Just wipe the whole thing. McCody Gentleman ordered the oven-baked lobster. Okay. McCody are the cat people who I associate with having red hair, and lobsters are red. Yeah, Alwina, you're incredible. You know what you get, Alwina? You can have like 120 fudge points. Fudge, I know my own commands. There you go. Oh my god, you have enough fudge points for the next year. Bad joke or something, I don't know. This chat is a very safe place. I will say that. This chat is a safe space. But not for me. Okay, cool. I know, I'm not even gonna look at that. I've memorized where things go. I have memorized where things go. We are good and set and golden, chat. I promise. What is this down here? Starts at the end? Oh, that's for, I should get that quickly. My innocence isn't going anywhere. These are the chatty people, so they get the tea set. My tea set, lovely, thank you. The teller for who? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them, or their final days. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you want to hear about the ritual arcane practices of the 6th astral era, common or esoteric, then I'd be happy to talk your ear off. Okay, Gizla wanted the omelets because Gizla sounds like a geese and geese egg. Finally, 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in, no time to waste. What? Slothroy? Ah, yes, I remember seeing the name in the latest Gazette. That and some grand claim about the end of days. Same old nonsense warmongering. When will these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Best stay out of it, I say. The Forum made the right choice, and I fully support our decision to remain neutral. Urbane banter with a smile? No, we gotta give the lobster. Wait. Lobster was for McCody. That's McCody, so lobster. Why are we being free labor? We're not being free labor. We are getting valuable information. This is the only way we can go about getting it, so we're getting it. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've scripted and saved and suffered to afford this heavenly dish. Have you heard about our Lord and Saviour's the Lalafell? Oh, days. This is the first I've heard of it. Once I complete all these minigames, you'll never have to hear this music ever again. Like, literally never again.
Whoa, it's me.
Whoa, it's you! Look, hello, how have you been? Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. How are you? How are things? How's life? Are you well? Are you well? Welcome. Although that would explain why my friends has been rushed off his feet.
How was your
very big veiny penis?
Forgot about that. Forgot about that. Forgot about that. You're well. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. You need to change your sound. Oh yeah, you do actually. Highly agree. What do you want to change it to? Tell me everything. Give me all your suggestions. It must be busy time to be Gleaner. No. It doesn't have to involve that at all. We can get rid of that. That's not relevant. It's not necessary. You don't know what a Gleaner is? They're collectors of a sort. Travel the world procuring things that we haven't got here in Charlotte. Priceless books, unusual life specimens, and so forth. So named for those folk who trail after the reapers in the fields, picking up every grain which was missed. Aye, by all accounts, gleaning is a most meticulous and demanding profession. These Telophori make good in their audacious feats, and many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the Gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? The Gleaners are going to be our allies? The Exos has the most terrifying sounds, actually. Watch the harbour and you'll see what I mean. They're carting loads in from the docks all day. I've never been this hectic before. Not like this. We have information about the Gleaners. We maybe have allies. You've been sleeping at correct times. Good sleep schedule. What happened tonight, Luck? What happened? Why are you awake at God knows what 2 a.m. nonsense? What's going on? What's happening? Any trouble with the customers? Were you able to get anyone talking? Yeah, the Gleaners are going to help us, probably. You were reading. What were you reading? If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to admit it if it's something you don't want to admit to. They seemed unaware of the final days aside from whatever vague news the gazettes are printing. Even Dickon had nothing to offer, and he's the best source of gossip in this city. If the Forum does have secret knowledge, then they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers it in the wrong ear. Wait, are we just going to ignore the Gleaners? Thank you for playing the part so well. Here's a cup of coffee I promised. Wait, she promised a cup of coffee. Mistborn. I think I've heard of the Mistborn series. I don't know anything about it. The new raid tier's been rough. Oof, really? Sounds exciting! I really want to get to endgame Final Fantasy. Not rush myself there. I just want to get there just so I can be part of raiding. Excellent series. You love me. Maybe that's where I've heard it before. Have you spoken about it to me before, Redsky? Because like the name sounds so familiar. You have. That would be why. That would be why. No spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers. I was like, I've definitely heard it from someone. Well, then hurry up. I am doing my best. This is the best magic systems. Is this a book series I'm gonna want to read? I say that having not read a book in like years. Rough in a good way. Oh no, I'm sure. Yes. Waiting for a final tier. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get there. I love the world building. Do your best faster. I'm being half bullied by half of chat in... Okay, it's just Penty. I'm being bullied by Penty. Let's enjoy our drinks somewhere else. Maybe behind the peristyle, away from the gossips and the wagon talks. So when I finish your book series, what book series is that, Beth? Oh, it's right here. What currently exists? What do you mean what currently exists? Is the Stormlight Archive like a trilogy or something and only 2 books are done? Like, is that what you mean? Or is that the name of a book? In which case I'm very confused about what... Okay, right, so it's a series of books. Gotcha. That makes sense. This should do nicely out of the wind and out of sight. How is it deserved? They're big books too. No, you're just getting me more interested, but also more hesitant too because they're so big I don't have enough time.
When our father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Oh my god, Alizé's gonna tell us a really sad story, guys. You better all pay attention and listen up, okay? Best Girl is speaking right now.
It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant.
Wait, spicy motivation. No, now everyone's going to refer to bullying me as spicily motivating me, and that sounds a bit more weird. Multiple series belong in the same universe and you can start with any? Oh no, I like that so much! I've always liked that concept. It's what I'm doing with my D&D world. It's the same world that my parents play in, that I have another group of friends playing in, and I'm going to start a new campaign with shortly. And it's all going to be in the same world, and they're all going to happen at the same time, and they're all going to reference each other. A book series doing that is so cool. I can't. No, I don't have time. I'm going to have to make time. I will think about it.
Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Charlian?
Start with Mistborn? No, I'm probably going to, because that's what I always hear about. From you, though.
Grahal said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length.
It is how Discworld works, yeah. It's the same thing. Discworld, I tried to read a little bit into, but I think my hesitation with Discworld is that some books people really love, and then some books people are like, oh, don't bother with that one. And it's sort of like, if they're rather hit or miss, and I know I'm going to miss out on some of the world building stuff, and I don't know if that's... I don't know how I feel about avoiding stuff specifically because it's not as good, and therefore missing part of the world. You know what I mean? I don't know. Your class schedule is lax this semester, some more time. That's nice, that's good. What are you gonna do with your spare time? What are you gonna do with it? The only thing I remember about this world is that the world is on the back of a turtle or something, and it's flat. It's a flat world on a turtle. Is that right? Am I remembering correctly?
Perhaps it was. Father argued with grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt.
Turtles all the way down. Stay at home when it's gonna be -20. Yeah, you know what, fair. It's gonna be 38 this weekend for me. So I'm also staying at home. Welcome back, Alwina.
And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say.
Yeah, it's gonna be 38.
Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been. How being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family.
Jeez, look, that's horrifying. They're horrifying, horrible, whatever. Whatever word I felt like
If
saying
I could have just
didn't say.
mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently.
I don't think they would have. He was very keen on, you know, disowning you. He doesn't love you. That's a lot of snow. Oh my god. Usually have to shut the cats in with a hubby when you do laundry and there was scratching to be let out. Oh no. Why is
They
that?
must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos. A vast complex beneath the island. Charlian is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples.
Been 40 plus all week. Oof. Penthea, I agree, but oh my god. I am not dressed for snow weather. Yeah, you're so right. It wasn't snowing before though. It was totally fine. It was like
Our
sunny
living library,
and green
comprised
and
of
not
all
winter.
manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility. Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat.
Maybe that's suspicious. Crystals! No!
Wait! Didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual?
You don't think they're bringing in crystals to build Telophoroi stuff here, right?
Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And gleaners answer to the forum. If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the forum is planning.
If the forum is so adamant to not get into this war with the Ascians, they're either ignorant and stupid, or they're in league with the Ascians. Meaning, they're happy for summonings and Telophoroi stuff to occur, meaning large shipments of crystals are required, they're bringing them in, they're gonna do the thing, oh my god, it's gonna be bad, we should stop them. What's the issue, Locke? Am I going all swimming? We do have an ad break coming up in, like, right now, so... So we're gonna run that ad break now. And then we're gonna go swimming for the Telophoroi labyrinthine, whatever the fudge, wherever we're going. The gleaners might glean an idea. Yeah. Okay. That's valid. You're right. They probably will. Anyway, I'll be back in like 3 minutes. So please don't go anywhere because then I'll be very lonely. You got a Christmas gift, another mystery book by someone else for your uncle for these series of improvement. Oh dear. That's me playing video games, but as you can see, I've given up. Fantasy. Yeah. I've given up on that, so I just accept that I will forget half the stuff that we talk about during the gameplay, so... It is how it is. Anyway, I'll be back in 3 minutes when the Twitch ads are over, because Twitch hates me, and us. Twitch hates all of us. Anyway, bye! Okay, I'm back. To be fair though, Locke, this game is interesting, like super good. You just haven't been here since the beginning, and that kind of sucks because it's an amazing game and a fantastic story that you've missed out on, and that's rough. Hi everyone, I'm back now. Alwina is creepily, menacingly, being menacing. So, wait, do I not have menacing on this character? Oh, I do. Anyway, what was the game you played that was set in Japan? You played as a guy who kind of died in the first cutscene, but could like free his souls of people that... Oh! Ghostwire Tokyo? I don't think he died. Did he die? I don't remember. I'm gonna be honest, I've forgotten that whole game. Well, not the game, but I forgot enough. Got into an accident? I don't recall. I thought that his wife slash girlfriend slash love died, or sister, and he was trying to rescue her. Maybe he did die too. Oh god, I don't remember. Got merged with the dead guy. Something like that, I think. I don't remember. Yeah, I was gonna say sister, I think, got kidnapped. Yeah, I don't think he died. But merged with the dead guy, probably. It was a really fun game. We should tell the others what we've learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Numenon and I'll join in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cubs back. And it was a pretty good story. And the combat was amazing too. I love the combat. Ghostwire Tokyo. It certainly didn't play like Dishonored. It was one I could follow. You could follow this if you'd been here for, you know, 30 days of stream. 30 days? That's not right. No, that can't be right. Hold on. No. I've been streaming it for 2 years on and off. 2.5 years, right? But that implies that I have 728 hours of game time, which is approximately 240 streams. Presuming I've streamed for 3 hours a day, and that's generous. I have not done 240 Final Fantasy streams, I can promise you that much. So I must have played a fair bit off stream to do grinding and stuff, and just not story. That has to be the only explanation. Still, point is, it's a lot of story that I do not blame you for not having been around for the entirety of. Do not blame you for that one. How have I played this game for 700 and freaking... Jeez. No, I usually don't leave MMOs open because I'm very used to MMOs disconnecting you if you're AFK. I forget Final Fantasy doesn't do that. But all the other MMOs I play do, so I never leave them open. Baby hours. It's baby hours, sure. But consider, I play 3 other MMOs as well. World of Warcraft, Star Wars The Old Republic, and Elder Scrolls Online. I'm spreading my time across 4 MMOs. I haven't always had a job though. I've only had a job for like 2 years, believe it or not. Beth, 4,600 hours, my guess. 3K across platforms at least. I feel like you're severely underestimating how many hours you probably have in it. I feel like you'd have more. Because how long have you been playing for, Penthea? You've been playing MMO for like... You've been playing Final Fantasy XIV for like a decade or something, right? Almost? 274 days? So I undershot Beth. I said Beth probably had 4,600 hours. If Beth has been playing for 274 days, that is 6,576 hours. Which is crazy because I swear Beth only started playing GTA roleplay like 2 years ago. Maybe 3. Yeah, there it is. Beth has straight up spent an entire third of her life in GTA RP since she started. Almost 4 years. 3.5 years. Spending 272 days, which is about over 2/3 of a year, straight 2/3 of a single year on a game you've only played for 3.5 years is crazy. Yeah, play for 7 years. Yeah, Penty, if you've been playing for 7 years, I wouldn't be surprised if you actually had more than like 10,000 hours, to be completely honest, considering I know you and I know you spent most of your gaming time playing 14. 781 days? Almost 20,000 hours. That is 18,000. That is over 18,750 hours from 2B right there. What do you mean? Beth, what do you mean you spent over $8,000 on GTA RP? What do you mean in the past 4 years you have spent over 12,000 Australian dollars on GTA RP? What do you mean? What do you mean? You're not even on official servers, you're on private servers. What do you mean? Enjoy the lurk, Panthea, I miss you. You guys terrify me, to be honest. Welcome back, Memely. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Not exactly, but did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. It makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats, but as you say, they ultimately answer to the forum. A sudden significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo. It certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let us see what theory we can build from the facts. As Justola observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Memely and Alizé learned at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure most Sharlayans know nothing of the particular period of ancient history. I don't know, why are you? It's negative 20 degrees, why would you do that to yourself? Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but they are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by Telefora is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance they saw fit to unanimously deny Eorzea's request for aid. Okay, well they're definitely linked. It's only -5 right now. I'll step back. It's only -5. Don't do it. Don't do it. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it is a stretch to conclude the Gleaners' recent activities are in service of the forum's secretive ends. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves. And if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. What should we expect down there? What are we expecting? I would hate to spoil the surprise. You know what? That's fair. I don't like spoilers. Don't tell me. I just want to be prepared, though. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I should like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That'd be a great help. Thank you, Raha. I love how Kral was the only person to call him Raha. Like, the G at the front is literally based on, like, his clan that he came from. And everyone else just goes, Graha. I go Graha. But freaking Kral is like, I understand how Makoti civilization works. His name is Raha. And I like that. Let's head down the stairs over there and I'll show you where the entrance is. You wish the game would let us call him Raha? Yeah. Unfortunately, only Kral is special enough. Even though Graha has a huge crush on the Warrior of Light. You like that sub badge? At some point, it's gonna disappear. I wish Twitch would let you choose your subscription badge. You know, like you just unlock more as you level up your sub, but I wish you could choose. Does Alizé call him Raha? I don't think I've seen it. Really? Oh, not really. Ready. Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far from here, but you may find the path a bit disorienting. I'll take the lead, so stay close. Alizé sets off at a brisk walk. If you fall too far behind, then return to the start? That's rough when she walks so slow! It's pleasant here amongst the trees. Oh yeah, very pleasant. But we really should move along. You're the one who's walking at the snail's pace. My walk speed is faster than yours, and I'm half your height. I mean, oh wow, what a nice, pleasant walk. Oh, you stopped. Now we run, try to keep up, okay. Now we run. Oh, the issue was I had jog and that made me go faster. Keep to the path straight ahead. We crossed this bridge. Actually... Wait a minute. Where are we going? Up here. This way? Very peaceful music. Oh. The restaurant, not far now. Where are we going? Oh, we're going this way. It's over here. What's over here? The Hall of Artifice. Here we are, through this door and down the stairs. You did remember to attune to the shard back there, didn't you? It will make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. I'm attuned to everything, yeah. What's down the stairs? Okay, this looks intimidating as all hell. Also, why does this place kind of remind me of the main building in Amarat? More stairs. This reminds me of Amarat. We're all here now, yes? I've taken the liberty of securing permission for our group's descent. Right, everyone into the lift and down we go. Not more stairs, but it is more vertical travel.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky.
Who is this?
In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves. And this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed.
I still can't place who it is.
Stack grows too high, start a new one.
If
no room remains, then make more rooms.
A little
A
bit
simple
too.
solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation. Knowledge, buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
Like, part of me is like it's Emmett Selk. But I don't remember what Emmett Selk sounds like. I don't remember what anyone sounds like. Nightlock, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you get some rest. Go get some sleep. You have more max level hardcore characters than the rest of your group combined. Are you talking about, Fudge? Division?
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing.
Wait, it's not Thancred. It's clearly Alchifant, honestly. I'm gonna kick myself. He'd probably kick you too. See, that just feels like Thancred. But that's not what Thancred sounds like, is it? No, See, here's my problem with like half the voice actors. That's okay, Pepsi. You lurk along as you will. My problem with half the voice actors in this game is that I still very much remember... It's Ralph. I still very much remember everyone's voices from A Realm Reborn. And it confuses me. Because I think of someone's voice and I think of their Realm Reborn version, and then I realize it's not. It's certainly not Urianger. We can wipe that off the list. Not Thancred, it's not Alphino, it's not Hoshifon because he's dead. It's Raubon's arm. Oh god. You would retire as him professionally? Yeah, Locke's gonna retire at the young age of not even 20. It's Raubon's arm in a maid dress. Perfect sense. You are 20. Oh, fudge, I couldn't remember if you turned 20 yet or you were turning 20. I apologize for getting that wrong. Now go to bed.
But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
It's not Pippin. I don't even remember what Pippin sounds like. I'm just going through every single male character that I remember. How old did you think Locke was?
The island is volcanic, you see. And once upon a time, this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma.
It's not Kryl.
It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh or no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
I'd just like to point out that Locke has been a viewer of this community since he was fudging like 14-ish, right? 14-ish. And none of us knew that how young Locke was until Locke was like, by the way, I'm turning 18. And we were like, excuse me, what? You were 13. Yeah, there you go. That's why you're baffled? Yeah, that's why I was baffled when I found out Locke turned 18. Locke was like, I'm 18 now. And I was like, what do you mean now? Kryl on testosterone. Guys, don't tell me it's fudging Kryl. I will scream.
Aren't those people gleaners?
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
You acted much more mature back then. You acted the same amount of mature as you... Like, the difference is, Locke, you're not trying to hide it now because you know I'm not going to kick you out of the community for being a kid. Because you're not a kid. That's the difference. It's Zodiac, of course. Oh my god, it's Sora. It's Sora from Kingdom Hearts. It's Sora from Smash Bros. That makes so much sense.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Uh-oh. Kryl? Yeah, boot all the toxic people. Get them out of here.
Did you call to me just now?
No? As himself. Kryl, are you okay?
No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent.
If main characters could stop being like brushing off weird things that happen to them, being like, oh, I must be dizzy. Like maybe things could be solved and problems could, like solutions could be like, maybe we wouldn't have problems. Ika, did you get stuck again? No, he's okay.
I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
Famous last words. Kryl's gonna die. That's it. Vretsky, no! Yeah, I know, it doesn't sound right. Whomst is Erinville? You here to help or give me more headaches because you don't have the look of a gleaner and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have a pack of marmots running loose. Your exchanges taught you about exhausted gleaners. Okay, bud. Bun boy, yeah, bun boy. Erinville? Okay, you... Okay, guys. Now I know that this person's important. Eri V? Did you name your character after them? The first bun boy? Wait, actually? Didn't... I could have sworn I saw a male Vieira previously. It was the first you see in the story? Really? Nightlock. I could have sworn I saw another male Vieira like earlier, unless I just made that up. Ah, yes. Collision. Huh. I'm just looking at how it looks. Okay, it's must have been a player. No, I swear it was like part of the story. Clearly not. Clearly I'm wrong. I saw one in the Sage Quest. That's right. I was gonna say I saw one. It was the Sage Quest because the Sage person. I am a duck! Oh my god, it's a King Lalafell. King Lalafell, hello, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well as well. I'm doing great. How are you? Welcome in. Beth, have you not heard my follower sound in like ages? Have you just not been here when I've gotten new followers? Bad mod. Let me think. The Rhea Siege... Rhea? Should be item 1058, Cumin 1059, Snurgleberry 1060, or 1061. You've been here for years, yeah, bad mod. Bad mod. My head feels like it's stuffed with Moko grass. Why more loads to take out than to carry in? Why do all this at once and risking it up? What if someone mistakes the Kurthan carrots for the Banyan carrots? What then? Hey, large shipments, we know that. Lizard! Lizard!
Lizard.
Lizard. Hi, Dobbin. You want to know what I'm doing? Hauling books and ore and fauna. If
Lizard.
it's hauling, I haul it. Lizard. So much lizard. Every decade or so, they take stock in Labyrinthos. You know, sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this
Lizard.
before. The did one just, the lizard distracted me that time. They did just one a few summers ago even. Then with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. Damned if I know the reason could be they're changing the layout, preparing for the next big expansion. Oh my god, they're preparing for Dawn Trail! Say lizard, you didn't say lizard. I don't have to say lizard every time, I do it for fun. Because I want to. I don't have to say lizard. Nowhere in there is it mandated. I've just always done it, so you guys assume it's mandatory, but it's never been mandatory. Never been. Any luck, Mimley? What tales do the Gleaners have to tell? They're taking stock, there are a lot of large shipments, and they're exhausted. There you go. I hope that helped. It tells you nothing, doesn't it? It tells you nothing that we didn't already know, does it? By doing it, you've made it mandatory. No. No. Get that emote out of here. How dare you? This grand operation began without warning, and for every item they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right, the forum is definitely up to something, and they're turning Labyrinthos upside down in the process. I am so sorry for yawning. Oh, wait, this is a new Aethernet destination? Where the fudge am I? Oh, jeez, okay, right, got it. This is a whole map, right, I see, I understand now. I'll give Badussi until you admit it. No. We'll do well to learn more of what specifically the Gleaners are being asked to do, as well as who has tasked them to do it. If you're game Mimley, I have an idea. You missed the last MSQ stream? Did you? I have not done the other storyline, no. I've only done this one. I've not even touched the Thavnair one. I accepted the quest and I haven't touched it. Aurelia, oh my god, hello, how are you? I hope you've been well. You know what's been an almost 2-year heartbreak for me? No. I just played with Reaper for 2 hours. So, okay, no, yesterday's stream was a community one because this week it's been Alwina and Peachy's birthdays. So we just did a bunch of dungeons and stuff yesterday. And I started the Pixie Society quest from Crystarium, but I didn't actually do much of it. Didn't one of the gleaners you questioned say something about escaped marmots? Perhaps if you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined toward a more friendly and enlightening conversation. Anyway, Aurelia, I don't know if I finished my thought. What's been an almost 2-year heartbreak? Are you okay? Is everything okay? Dawn Trail's graphics update made your Midlander main feel completely different. Isn't that exactly why they gave free Fantasias? It still does suck though, because your character doesn't look the same as they were when you made them, you can change it, but it's not the same as how it was first envisioned, and I get that, and that sucks. And you can't fix that. And that sucks. But hey, free Fantasia? It still doesn't help, no, and it wouldn't have. And I completely understand that. I would have been the same. If that was my character getting changed and visually looking very different from how I first made them, I would also be upset. So I get it. I get it. I think that kind of happened to me for... was it SWTOR? I made a character in SWTOR and they did a graphics update and it just didn't look the same. I think. It's definitely been something I've played, so I understand. Can you push me? Wow. Wow, game didn't even bother to give the walking dude collision. Oh my god, we're going back to Erenville. Hello, bumboy. You wish to help me find the marmots? I have nothing suitable to pay you for your service, but if you're offering out the goodness of your heart, I welcome the assistance. With the rats, excuse you, they're marmots. The name is Erenville, friend. Specialist in the collection of live specimens. Why would I say that, Beth? Stella's father was also a gleaner like Erenville. I didn't. Is this lore I would have found out in the game? Or is this like backstory stuff that's like not mentioned in game and it was like in like interviews or like something? The capture of these Nagion marmots is a trial of no desire to repeat. If it's in the game you missed it, you've had to research. That's pretty cool then. That's pretty cool. I hate how they like don't... I hate when games and like any piece of media really drops lore like that is just very interesting, especially when it's about main characters. And they do it outside of the medium in which you like... That sucks, you know? Your soul doesn't tell you a thing about herself. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, what do you mean you find out? Since when? For mercy, there are no other marmot species in this tier at present, so there should be no mistaking our fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in this sack. Oh my god, we're stuffing rats in a sack. Nice. That's our quest now. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so we'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be in your guard, there are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a marmot or you. I'll be fine. I can dance. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is yours. Good luck. That's so... Wait, I can't... Oh, okay. East. We're going east. There are 12 of these little different women since you just traveled around. The ladies seem to love them. Oof. Who is Mitra? Search for grizzled mice. What are you? Oh my god! Oh my god, it's like it's a troll with a dog face. It's so cute. Why does it have a dog's face? Oh, I found it. Not the ether current, but I found the objective. He's got fishnets. I mean, I guess. Have fun. Oh, don't say that to me. No, don't say that. Wait, what do my abilities do? Okay, crits, attack, attack, attack. Oh, jeez. Cascade into fountain. Oh, fudge. I've forgotten, like, how to play Dancer. This is fine. Oh my god. I do big damage, apparently. Oh, that's it. Chef squeak. Barely have you read the sack when the grizzled mouse scampers off into the underbrush. God dang it all. I swear to God, if this easterly direction turns out to... Have I aggroed that? Yeah. Oh wait, that's my AoE one. I've forgotten what half of my abilities are, to be honest. Aren't you meant to get, like, feathers or whatever? Did they change how Dancer works? Not recently. I swear I'm meant to get, like, feathers with it. I don't know. It was... Okay, wait, got it. Oh no, I used it on my fan dance. I'm silly. It's because I used the attack. That would be why. Silly me. Catch it. Catch the mouse. Yeah. What do you mean? No! The rodent nimbly evades your grasp before once more disappearing into the trees. Well, fudgy. Gets bizarre and 8-man content. See, that just sounds fun, you know? That just sounds fun. Thanks for cheering me on, Alwina. Wait, where is it? Oh, is it up on the freaking... Oh my god, I have to climb up there, don't I? See, I'm really only leveling one of each section so I can do, like, all the role quests and stuff. Don't just spam the fans weave them between. I keep forgetting that the off-glib will cool down. Usually I'm pretty good at that. I just haven't played Dance in, like, a hot minute because I just want to level it up. So I've forgotten how it works. Yep. Squeak, squeak. Have I got you? Oh, fudge. More prepared for speed this time. You succeed in closing the sack over your elusive quarry. Good. There's the aether current. Okay, hold on. Okay, apparently I just grabbed both of you guys. That's fine. I have an AoE. Uh-oh. Oh. I don't know whether I... No, Alwina just killed them both for me. Thank you, Alwina. Let's see where the next closest aether current is. 940 to the southeast, so probably like around here. So I'm not even going to touch that right now. Yeah, guard dog privileges. Yep, that's exactly it. And you know what? I'll take those privileges, and I'll keep it. Wait, are we not dance partners at the moment? Or is it just not showing up because I'm mounted? Because that doesn't... Because we made... We made each other dance partners, right? At least I thought we did. We rezoned. But then why did I get the buff that said you or your dance partner? You or your dance partner. Yeah, okay. That sucks though. You mean I have to redo it every zone? It doesn't just stay? I mean, I kind of get it because if you change zones and they're no longer around, then the buff is only if they're nearby. How did you fare? I tracked down 3 of the pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. Oh, I got it. Thank you, Arwina. And there's the odd marmot out. Wait here a moment while I put our friends in the holding cage. You go sit in your cage and you enjoy it. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation, but it's much too soon to release them into the habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Who tasked you to capture them in the first place? Who's that guy back there? Or girl? Who are they? Does protect sprouts when they're going after aether currents? Thank you, thank you. Aether currents are a pain, but they're so much better than flying in World of Warcraft. So I will take them, and I'll be happy about them. Having said that though, World of Warcraft recently just gives you flying in each of its zones for dragon riding reasons, which I kind of prefer. But old World of Warcraft flying sucked to unlock, so this is an upgrade, really. Why, the authority in charge of Labyrinthos, now and in perpetuity. The same officials who've had us working day and night of late, the honourable members of the forum, who else? Suitable for consumption and easy to breed. Those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. Alwina, no. I don't know what the forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'll be served by dinner today or tomorrow. Could you imagine we go through all this trouble and it's like, oh yeah, no, we're just going to cook and eat them. There you are, Mimily. They've halved the number. Yeah, this is true. Current content, there's more aether currents to collect. I have heard that. The rats, Beth! The rats! Get your breeding kink out of here. The gold you dumped into licenses for teens is painful to think about. Yeah. I mean, though, to be fair, I don't know how much it was at the time, but getting flight now is only a couple of hundred gold, or maybe 1,000 or so total. Like, it's not that much for, like, compared, you know? You thought they weren't rats? I thought they weren't rats too, but I was thinking mammoths, not marmots. Mammoths are not rats. I thought we were chasing mammoths. Marmots are rats. 5k for the high tea? Is it really? Oh, geez, I've misremembered then very much. I thought it wasn't. I didn't think it was 5,000. Unless you're saying back then. In which case, back then, that's a ridiculous amount back then. Is this the Glennie you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost marmots? Back then. Okay, yeah, that is a lot. You doubt you even have 5k Golden WoW. Well, Golden WoW is so much easier to come by, so whether or not you have 5k gold at the moment, you can very easily make 5k. Like, so easily. You do a couple of quests, bam, 5k. Well, maybe not quests. You do a couple of dungeons, bam, 5k. It's so much easier to get. I'm sitting on a couple 100,000 now. Having said that, oh my god, Redsky, did you hear what they did with the recent transmog update? You no longer have... How do I... Transmog is now applied not to your items, but to your item slots. So if you transmog your headpiece, you can change your actual helmet however many times you want. The same transmog will apply. However, to account for that, because they still need a gold sink, your transmogs are now more expensive. So whereas it used to cost you like 300 gold to transmog a full set, it's now 1,500 to 2,000 gold for a whole set. However, you can now save multiple transmog sets. So you can have transmog set number 1, transmog set number 2, transmog set number 3, and you can swap between each of these sets for free. However, you still need to pay the transmog cost every time you want to transmog within a set and change your transmog. And to unlock new sets, you also have to pay gold as well. So you win some, you lose some. I quite like the system because it means I can swap whenever I want. Like, because I usually make a few transmogs that I really like, and I like to swap between them, but it costs too much. Now I can just set up those transmog sets I like and then swap between them whenever I want without paying anything. And that's pretty cool. People would riot. Thank God every time you want a fashion change. You kind of don't have to anymore if you rotate between like a set amount that you want. You can just make one that you want and you can keep it. Imagine if they made it 100,000 gil to apply a glam. Well, as I was saying, Tibby, you can swap between your glamour plates as many times as you want. You just have to spend a ridiculous amount of money to set up the glamour plate in the first place. That's kind of the equivalent. That's one reason why, yeah, people would riot. I mean, look, it's still super expensive to set up, but for people who don't change transmogs a lot and just want a couple of options they can rotate between, it's like me, it's really good for that. It's so good for that. And it also has like automatically changing situations. So I want to wear this transmog every time I go into a dungeon, and it will do that for me automatically. Every time I walk into a rest zone, I want to be wearing this transmog. It does that too. It's pretty cool like that. Is this the Gleaner you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost marmots? I just read that beforehand and I went on a side tangent about World of Warcraft transmogs. For new players are super casual, it sucks. For new players, it sucks because it's ridiculously expensive to set up a transmog, and they don't have the ability to do that because of how expensive it is. You're correct there. However, if you're someone who likes to make a couple of transmogs and then not really do much more for it, it's perfect. But if you're someone who constantly changes transmogs over and over and over, and you're constantly like trying new things and doing a lot of like, then it really sucks. Like it really sucks. If you were like never staying the same and you're just constantly changing, you never go back, it's not a great change. I feel like they had their target demographic. They went, most players use transmog like this, and then made a set perfect for them, and then just went, fudge everyone outside of that, you're gonna be poor. And they didn't care. And that's kind of not good. So, works for me because it's perfect, but for everyone else it's kind of sucky. I don't know. Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk anyway? I'm Kryle, the students of Baldesian. These others are my associates. I mean, I kind of think you're definitely right. They were trying to make a better gold sync because apparently the repairs weren't a good enough sync for the casual community because most casual people don't spend hundreds of thousands of gold on repairs for raids and stuff. So they were like, shoot, our end game raiders are doing a lot of the gold sync, but what about the casual players? We need a gold sync for them too. And that's what they did. That's what they did. Truth be told, the forum's decisions of late have not sat entirely well with us. That is why we made the descent into Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing these decisions put into action, we'd more fully understand their reasoning. The teleport fees in like 14 aren't even that bad. The marker board tax, though, I feel like that's where like the gold sinks really need to go. Flex mounts, yeah. Speaking of marker board? Speaking of motherboards are a real life money freaking sink now that RAM prices have gone up. Oh my god. No, speaking of market boards, Star Wars The Old Republic had a massive, like, for anyone who even knows the slightest thing about Star Wars The Old Republic, it had an absolutely massive economy problem in the past 5 or so years, where the economy was getting ridiculously out of hand. Players had billions of credits that they could not hold on to because the cap was 999 million or whatever. And they were just getting credits upon credits upon credits, and they had nothing to spend it on. So when people wanted to trade on the market board, prices for things were going into the billions of credits. Again, the cap is 999 million, and yet there were things that were like valued at over billions of credits on them because of how the economy was stuffed. And you want to know the reason it was stuffed so badly? Because they had no trade tax whatsoever. You could put stuff on the market board and it wouldn't have any tax or anything. What is that Santa person running back and forth up there? So anyway, the fix to the problem was to add ridiculously insane taxes on trades. Not just market board trades, player-to-player trades. Which means you can't trade with friends now without having to pay ridiculous tax. And I mean like thousands of credits to trade like a low-level item. Just because you want your friend to have an item. And guess what? The tax is large enough that low-level players don't have enough money to pay the tax to trade with their friends. It's bad. Anyway, there's my rant. SWTOR screwed up their entire economy because of it. I don't know, whatever this is. Thank you for the retroactive rant redemption, Beth. You can negate the market board tax, just have to check the tax rates and move your retainers around. I'm gonna pretend I understand that. I don't, but that's fine. You can half the tax, but it's never free, yeah. And you still pay full rate when buying stuff, you think 5%, 10%. See, 5 and 10% isn't bad. You know what Swotor's tax is for trading? Hold on, let me have a look. What is the Swotor trading tax? Oh my god. If you want to give another player an item from the, like, the microtransaction store, right? In Swotor, if you buy an item from the microtransaction store and you want to trade it to someone else, that's a $60 million tax right there. Sorry, 60 million credit tax. Free-to-play players have a maximum cap of 1 million credits, which they will not reach because 1 million credits is ridiculously hard to grind for. My main account in Swotor that I spent hundreds of hours in, only has 55 million credits at the moment, and that's the most I've ever had. I would not be able to pay the tax to trade one item. That's how bad their economy is. You prefer the kind of invisible tax 14 has versus listing fees? I kind of agree. Having said that, I feel like listing fees are okay if they're refunded if you don't sell the item. But that's not how that works, so... Normal market is 5%, you can get down to 2, 3, yeah. I don't know. My point is, if games don't get their like hidden taxes and like gold sinks right, if they don't do it properly, the economy is just completely stuffed and it ruins the game for the entire player base, and it's completely unrecoverable. And I saw it happen with Swotor, so you know what? If WoW thinks it's necessary to add a little bit of an expensive gold sink for transmogs, I'd rather that than have everything in WoW be several billion gold because the economy goes out of hand, you know? Maybe that's just me and my experience with Swotor, but that's necessary evil, question mark? I don't know. Anyway, my rant's done now. Thank you, Beth. I appreciate you, and I'm so sorry, everyone. Why isn't practical? Never hurts to try and gain a proto perspective, does it? Beauty calls other animals to capture and enclosed empty. Once again, I'm sorry I can't offer you more for your services. Lizard! I'm out of water too, which I probably should refill because, you know, ranting. I don't know what happened in 1.0 with Final Fantasy XIV. Did you learn anything new from your friend there? I still want to know what's up with that person over there. There were over 500 mil. Slurp it! Chat, I'll be back once I have more water. I'll be back! Look at Kryl in the meantime. I'm back. But that's a ridiculous amount. Isn't the cap on, like, money, like, 999 million or whatever? That's half of the cap. What? That was after dropping a 0? Oh my god. Drown? I don't want to drown. Oh my goodness. So we've confirmed the order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the forum. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. I'd say that fits with everything we've heard thus far. We also discovered when the operation was begun. The forum contacted the Gleaners Guildship and put their people to this great work some 4 days after the 12th Rory made their chilling declaration. As season travels, the Gleaners keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus, I'm inclined to trust their calendar of events is accurate. FC only? Okay, I understand that now. That makes more sense. That's still a lot of money though. Like, what if you're a small FC that only had like, I don't know, 10 people? You expecting all of them to fork over 50 million? That's basically like them saying, oh yeah, we want housing, but only for like people who have a full guild roster. Like, you know. Altogether, it gives the distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. Speaking of, housing in World of Warcraft, you know how much it cost me to set up my house in WoW? To get a plot, to build my house. 0 bronze. It cost me, or copper, it cost me nothing. Beth, that's your Stola. Beth has just discovered everyone's favorite cat girl. That's fair to me. That's understandable. Altogether, it gives the distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Yes, Stola. Oh my god. This plan was long in the making. They were but awaiting the right time to put it into effect. Parks respectfully. Beth, have you never met your Stola before? Like, is this a first for you? Sink to the Mariana Trench. You guys are horrible. And Attila Freud's declaration was what set it all in motion. You didn't pay attention, and this is what you missed out on, Beth. Hot cat girls. By your description, not mine. It seems likely, but let us not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. It's even funnier, Alina, because Beth used to play a little bit of this game. Oh, goth cat. She's a black mage too, so, you know, evil, destructive, fire, and ice magic. If that's also your thing, I don't know. In that case, how about we head to the Archaon? From there, we can reach the lower... I knew it! She wasn't dizzy. Is she hearing Heidelin? Cry, what's wrong? I'm fine, truly. The sudden descent has left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. No, that's the second time now. Stop lying to me! Nothing that will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be about it then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archaon. You humbly suggest a method of slapping Beth into next week. You know what? I probably have one. Let's see. Do I have a command that allows me to bully? I mean, I don't. Okay, noted. A week? No, I'm not timing someone out for a week because they're barking at the Stola. I can't believe I just uttered that sentence. We followed the path east through the forest where you were chasing after that mouse. Or marmot, was it? Anyway, 'tis the trolls you need to watch out for. Next week, so 4 days. That's still a lot in time, you know? Oh my god, our wiener is on a cat. Look at that cat. Such weird music. It really is. I was like, this is not the music that I had like beforehand. This is the day music. Oh, I didn't notice that we were all in a massive dome. I kind of like it. That's kind of cool, actually. I'm here for this. Excuse me, everyone. I'm going to go right past you real quickly. I'm going to grab the Chocobo Keep and I'm going to grab the Aetherite. I will say I do love the design of Charlene. Sorry, what, Alwina? I'm still confused. Lick what? I'm not licking anything. What are you talking about? Behold, the Archaon. As Numenon serves as Sharlayan's literary archive, so does this structure house the city's wealth of material data. Snoozing these ads. You don't know where the Jolly Rancher is. Isn't it like a lolly or something? I don't see one. The architecture too is similar. The building you see is merely the upper entrance, and the access point to the vaults carved into the cliffside itself. Within those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as the detailed records which describe them. In the matter of speaking, the Archaon contains a physical history of Sharlayan's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. Don't pass out. Have you not heard this joke? What joke? I don't understand. Are you calling the Aetheryte a Jolly Rancher? Hold on. The Aetherites look like Jolly Ranchers. Do they though? I don't... Not really. Not really. Jolly Ranchers are rectangles. That thing's like a freaking diamond. Disagree. Disagree. I'm not funny. Okay, also disagree. I am funny. Just not all the time and not to you. Pass this out again. Don't do that. Well, we won't be learning anything of value standing out here. Let's proceed into the main building and speak with the custodian. I actually think I might call it a stream here. My reason being is because it's almost 9 o'clock and I don't want to get into a big long conversation, dialogue, quest line, etc. Wait. I'm studying trader. Like you hold back the funny when it's with me? Yeah, absolutely. In the market for something on the Wirral side, got a whole village's worth of surplus in the Archaon, some of which can be yours for some bi-colored gemstones. I have 48 bi-colored gemstones, and none of which I want to give to you, buddy. I don't hold back the funny when I'm with you, Beth. You just don't find my jokes funny. Other people do, and you don't. We just have different senses of humor, and mine is more correct than yours. That's all it is. There's nothing else to look into here. It's quite simple. You do find me funny? Oh, then problem solved. I'm funny then. Where's the problem? You just said I'm not funny, and now you're like, I do find you funny. Make up your mind. You liar. My mum does not, my whole family does not find me funny. They don't find me funny at all. They think I'm boring and my jokes suck. You lie for the meme, I know, but I outed you, so get got. I can't even see over the counter. Yeah, we're logging out here, guys. We're logging out right here as this guy looks at me like, what are you doing? But yeah, no, don't worry. I can't claim that my mum finds me funny because my family doesn't find me funny. It's my friends that find me funny, and that's what counts. And Alwina is groveling. Alwina, what are you doing then? Shows you her utter disappointment. I'm leaving. But first we're gonna go find someone to raid though. Yeah, you go die there, Alwina. Okay, who is live to give a raid to? Thank you everybody for stopping by, for hanging out, for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. It's been a pleasure streaming for you all. Tomorrow I'll be back for more Final Fantasy, because that's right, I wasn't meant to play Final Fantasy today. I was meant to play Dispatch, but I felt like Final Fantasy, and tomorrow we're playing more Final Fantasy, and Panthea will be joining probably. So look forward to that. Too late, you died first. That's unfortunate. We're gonna say hi too. You want to dispatch? I know. I'm sorry, Beth. I just wasn't feeling it tonight. And I have no excuse. Let's... You know who we haven't said hi to for quite some time? We haven't said hi to Kimbu. Unless Kimbu's doing current content, because he is playing Final Fantasy right now. Unless he's doing current content, we say hi to Kimbu. That's what I think. I don't know what he's doing, though. I'm going to be honest, I can't tell what it is. It doesn't look like current content, but what would I know? So, you know what? We're going to say hi to him anyway. Guys, if you don't know Kimbu, Kimbu is an Australian VTuber, streamer, friend, person who plays a lot of Final Fantasy and also a lot of other stuff too. So we're going to go say hi to Kimbu, give him your love and support and all this sort of stuff. I'll head on out. We'll play more Final Fantasy tomorrow. Penty will be joining, probably. And we'll continue with the Endwalker things. So until then, have a fantastic rest of your day and night, time zone, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. I very much hope that this isn't spoiler content, but he is playing a level 70 class, so probably not. Okay. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you all. And, yeah. Bye, everyone.